So you want to know how to get more valuable in the workplace? Here are 5 tips on how best you can increase your value in the workplace so that in case something happens, your name is going to be the last one whenever they're thinking of retrenchment or redundancies. Tip number 1, do everything you can to maintain good relationships at work. The power of relationships cannot be understated. The more you are able to engage with people to the point where you empathize with them, you connect with them at a deeper level than just professionally, you stand a much higher chance of them appreciating what you're bringing to the table. If you have good relationships at work, if you can get along with your colleagues, if you are empathetic and you're able to put yourself in their shoes, if you communicate well, if you're able to see things from their from their point of view and engage them in a respectful manner that allows them access to who you are and what you're bringing to the table, your chances of being able to build a squad, to being able to build the social capital that is necessary to insulate you from the push and pull at work will be much higher than those who don't have relationships. I can't stress relationships enough. In fact, I wish I could do an entire video on the power of relationships. So tip number 1 is make sure that the relationships that you have at work are solid, whether it's above you, at the same level as you, below you, or even externally with clients and third parties and contractors and that type of thing. The second tip to increasing your value at work is to over-deliver. It sounds easy when said, but we all know that many people want to go into the workplace and do the bare minimum. Listen, this is my job description. These are my key performance indicators. I'm going to do what's required of me and get out. However, the people who over-deliver, who know what they're good at and can stretch themselves and give value above what they've been asked or tasked to do, these are the people who will be most remembered when times get tough. And when times are good, these are the people who will end up getting promoted and being given access to more opportunities because they've shown that they can punch above their weight. So over-deliver as much as possible. See how much more you can do in the workplace. It sounds easy enough, but when you put it into practice, the rewards can be truly, truly gratifying. The third tip is see how best you can expand your responsibilities. Linked to over-delivering, you need to be able to say, okay, you know what? As much as this is my job description, what else can I do? What else can I do outside of my job description that will allow me the access, the expansion, and the relevance that will make me visible to the key players in this job, in this organization, and in the industry. So if, let's say, for example, you are a receptionist and this is your job is to answer phones, be the frontline customer service person, and engage in your day-to-day customer service work as a receptionist. Are you able to do other things? Are you able to do social media, for example? Are you able to, engage with suppliers and contractors in such a way that you're actually providing support to the finance department? How can you expand your responsibilities in the workplace so that you can be seen to be creating more value? So tip number 3 is expand your responsibilities. Tip number 4, if you can, become an expert at something. Become so good at that one thing. Maybe it might be 1 or 2 things, but find one thing in the workplace. It doesn't necessarily have to be linked to your job description, but find one thing that you can become absolutely good at. You can become the reference, you can become the authority, you can become the go-to person for that one thing. Find it within your strengths, because most people, when they go to work, they're going there for a paycheck, they're going there just so that they can get by, and they don't really enjoy what they're doing. The good thing is, as you're becoming an expert in that one thing, you'll start to enjoy your work more. In fact, you'll get to the point where it doesn't feel like you're going to work anymore because you're going to do what you're good at, what you're strong at anyway. So become an expert at something. And how do you become an expert at something? Spend more time doing it. Look for reasons to do it. If there are other people who are doing it, find yourself in that position and try and do that thing, because the more man hours you spend doing something, you must become an expert. It's a consequence of time. Time plus effort multiplied by skill equals excellence. I've said this over and over. So if you can find a way of becoming an expert, whether it's a subject matter expert or a technical expert at something in your workplace, chances are your value is going to increase. The last tip and I know this is going to be controversial for most people, try and make your boss look good as much as possible. Sounds weird, but truly, if you can do things and try as much as possible and to give the credit to your superiors, to make sure that they shine, to make sure that they are looking good, to make sure that they are seen to be doing the job. Because remember, they also have ambitions. They, as much as they are above you, they also have things that they want to accomplish for themselves. And if they see that there is an ally in you, that there is someone who they can depend on and count in you, they're not going to want to lose you for any particular reason. And therefore, your value in the organization is going to go up. This is different from being a teacher's pet or a kiss ass or someone who is just, trying to be, let me say things to make my boss look good. I mean, actually doing things that will paint your boss in a good light and protect your boss as much as possible. Protect them from negativity, protect them from things that would otherwise, paint them in a poor light, but be their biggest promoter. That's all I'm saying. And obviously this is again, it's not what most people think about when they go to work, because people tend to have a very antagonistic relationship with their bosses. But I'm encouraging you, if you want to raise your value, make your boss look good. As always, it's a pleasure being here with you. It's good to be back. This is 2020. I'm happy to be here doing my Get Yours segments. Keep sharing, keep subscribing. If there's anything that you want to engage with me on, from a performance perspective, from an image perspective, from a branding, coaching, advisory, hit me up. Let's see if we can do something together. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mwenesi, and all I want you to do is get yours.